Yes, hi everyone. Welcome to our session of listening to our stories. My name is Marina Peters, and I'm here with someone special because this is a long time friend from all the way from Studienkolleg. So if you're in Germany, you know what we mean when you're talking about Studienkolleg. That is the pre-university qualification in Germany that we need because our certificates are not recognized in Germany. So if you're coming to Germany, we are both Kenyans. If you're coming to Germany as Kenyans, we have to go through the Studienkolleg to do that bridging system before we're even allowed to do anything. So if you're looking at us online, you see that we do a lot of things, but then you're like, who are these people? Where do they come from? What is their story? That is the beauty of being here today if you want to listen to our story, because Helga and I, we're going to talk about our story and where it all started so that you can know that everyone can make it. Even you can make it in this world if you want to. So, Helga, introduce yourself, my dear. Me, I know you, but the
Yeah.
audience might not know you yet.
Hi, yeah, I'm Helga. And yeah, like Marina said, I'm coming from Kenya. And when we got here, we had to do that to the student college because our certificates were not recognized from Kenya. And that was something very new to me because when I came here, I just knew, yeah, um, you come to Germany and you can study. But that thing gave me a shock at the beginning. But then I said to myself, well, if I have to do it, I'll have to do it. And I did it, and we did it, and we made it.
Yeah.
And that is one of the challenges that shaped us to who we
Yeah.
are right now.
The funny part about Studienkolleg is like she's talking like that, guys. But let me tell you this: this is a maths genius here, right here, talking to you. She's actually a maths genius because I remember in class sometimes I struggle with those things, and then Helga will be like, "Ah, "Come and show you the
Yeah,
simplest formula to do this." So she was
yeah,
actually
no
my maths
ability.
teacher in Studienkolleg those times, and this lady would be sleeping in the bus when everyone is trying to do the assignments because she was already done. So I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah. I remember the journey to the student college, the way it was too long, waking up at
Yeah,
5:30 so that at 6 you are at the bus stop so
yeah,
that you can make, and if you miss that bus,
crazy.
hmm, if you miss that bus, yeah, it was a whole struggle. So
Yeah,
while people will be struggling with their assignments, I'll be sleeping in the
yeah.
bus.
Oh, we
Yeah,
struggled with those assignments, and we had a teacher. We had a teacher who was
mhm,
really nice. She was very elegant. She used to wear yellow,
yeah, true.
orange. It was orange, right? Orange. Everything was
Everything was
orange.
orange,
Everything
from
was
the
orange.
head to the everything was orange. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
I
she
can't
painted
remember her name. What was her name?
a lot. Actually, even me
I can't
forget.
remember, but I have that picture also in my,
Yeah,
yeah,
she had the orange. So that is the perfect, that is the perfect example of branding. That teacher actually branded herself with the orange. Everything, even our books were orange.
exactly.
You remember? Yeah,
Yeah,
but those were
yeah,
the times. Those were the times. So guys, if you're watching us and you're like, hey, where are they coming from? We started from zero. We started from
yeah,
practically learning the language. We started from Studienkolleg. Imagine this, just sitting in a class. You have to do chemistry, you have to do biology, you have to do mathematics,
biology.
you have to do German,
Yeah,
and this is not your language. It's your first or second year
exactly,
in this
exactly.
country. That is what we
What
had
what
to.
do we call what do we call Sozialwirtschaft in English? That was also one of the topics,
Social,
and I
yeah,
was like, oh my
the
God.
social, is it the social sciences? Yeah, it's the social
Yeah,
sciences. It's
something like
part of
that.
it.
And
Yeah,
and you have to find your German. So at least when they bring a text out, first of all, you have to understand the text
yeah.
before even trying to process it and answer it. So, and that was our first step when we came to Germany. You come here, you have to know the language. And that was really new for me. But
Yeah.
it was a necessity for us to get there.
But it was a struggle, but it was a good one because every step you have to start from somewhere. We had to learn the
Yeah,
language because if you want to do anything in this country, if you want to study, if you want to do your apprenticeship, if you want to do anything, the language is a and o. I always tell people if you don't
yeah,
want to learn the language, it's gonna be tough on you, especially we are already dark skinned. We are black people,
mm,
and you want to
true.
succeed in this society. You don't want to be labeled. So you have to work hard to just be in the system, to be correct in the system, to do things according to their ways. So that is one of the
Mm,
processes to go through. And those people who are like, I want to come to Germany, how do you do it? You
yes,
come to Germany, be
yes.
ready to learn the language like a small child, A to Z.
Starting from scratch. Starting. And that thing of like you come from your home country, you already have a job, you already have a certificate. Just coming to have to start again from scratch, it is really a challenge just for anybody. But
Yeah,
just come prepared and know that is a stepping stone towards
yeah,
the
yeah.
future
That's
that you want. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I love it anyway. I love it because every new beginning is something beautiful, a journey that is
Yeah.
beautiful. And especially when I think about the times, the things that we had to go through, it's really easy for us now to start something new because you're like, okay, we already started, we already
We've
finished,
already been there.
went through the challenges. So, and there's
Yeah.
nothing new under the sun. So even
Mm.
with business, because we're business owners right now, and like, okay, we are learning new skills, we are training. Sometimes you do
Mm.
things, you fail, you laugh at yourself, you keep on moving. It's just fun,
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, that is the way. That's the only way.
yeah, yeah,
Otherwise, you just be frustrated in this life. So wait a minute. Let me introduce some people here came from school,
yeah,
so people would know what's happening. Kuja, come,
yeah.
come. Hello, Zan. So this is
Hi.
my daughter. She's
Yeah,
7 years old and she came with her friend. So they'll be passing here behind. Don't worry. They just came from school and they'll be doing their homework here beside me.
amazing. That's the beauty of having your business and working from home, guys. You can just do your stuff and your kids are there. Nice.
Yeah, nimechelewa. Nafunga mlango. Yeah, okay. Sorry for that.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Yeah,
That's the beauty of being a mom and to being a business owner at the same time, sitting at home and just having to take care of your loved ones. So, guys,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
amazing.
And you
Yeah,
can always be there for them. Like
yeah,
now, I'll be running into some shifts, and they come home and nobody's at home. So
yeah.
this is really amazing.
Oh, talk about the shift work. Now we were talking about Studienkolleg where we started. I
Yeah,
was doing M course and you were doing tech course in those
yeah,
days. Technical course. I was in
exactly.
medical course, and I remember, even at that point we even started our shift work from there. You remember? And we used to go to
Yeah.
those companies. And me, I think I discovered this ice cream company from someone. There was this guy in our student apartment that always knew where their jobs. He was a very short man. We used to call him a
Yeah,
shark. We used to call him a shark.
Jackie. Yeah, I remember.
That guy knew everywhere. That guy knew everywhere there's a job. So he would connect us to jobs. And I remember I used to go to this ice cream place, and then you pack ice cream the whole night, and then you come back, especially when you're
Yeah, yeah,
having
yeah, yeah.
free time, and you then connect your
Mm.
friends to come and pack ice cream.
Weekends.
Oh
Uh-huh.
God, we packed salads. We packed, I don't know what we were
Yeah,
going for putsan. How do you call
yeah.
putsan? Cleaning jobs. Yeah, we did that,
Cleaning
guys. We
jobs and
did.
babysitting.
Oh my goodness, that was a
Yeah.
life.
Wait,
Yeah.
do you know how I think you also don't know how I came to Osnabrück. Do you know where I used to live when I came to Studienkolleg?
No, no.
I was living in Metzingen. I was living in the village there around the school. So I got a job, a cleaning job somewhere after school. So like school, I would run, catch the bus because those buses used to go out every 1 hour.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the last bus was coming back at 6 o'clock. If I
yeah,
missed that bus, I had to walk around, I think it was 25 kilometers. Like
yeah.
I couldn't walk. It's not a walking distance.
Hmm.
So every day I'll be running so sweaty to the bus so that I can get the last bus
Hmm.
home. And at the same time, I'm getting a lot of stress from my boss because I was supposed to finish the work at 6 itself. So there's
Uh,
no way I'm clocking in at 6 and at the same time catching that 6 o'clock bus. So
mhm.
I kept telling them, please, can I go 15 minutes to time? And they were telling me, yeah, but we will cut the minutes or the hours. And I was like, I really need this money. So
Yeah.
I just do that, rush to the bus. Sometimes I would miss that bus and I'll have to take a taxi and use that same money that I struggled to earn that day to go home because I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, what is this? I just
Mhm.
decided to move and look for a city where at least I don't have to rely on the last bus at 6 o'clock. And that is
Mhm.
how I came to Osnabrück. And that is how I had to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to come to student
Ah,
college.
okay. Me actually, I saw meeting in before. There's this Aufnahmeprüfung that we do before entering the
Yeah,
student
yeah,
college,
yeah, yeah.
right? So
Mm,
that is
mm.
for those who do not know, that is just a preparatory. It's not even it's the entry
Certificate.
exams,
The
entry exams
intake.
that you do, so that's the intake exam, so that you
Yeah.
can be taken to student college. So by the time my
Mm,
cousin took me to meeting in, and I
yeah.
saw the fields and I saw the village. And I was like, goodness, there's no way I'm going to stay here because, you're going to take care of yourself. I was like, no, I'm not
Mhm.
staying here. I mean, right
I
now
used
we're
to
in
walk
the
15
ground.
minutes, Lynette, from up the valley, up
Yeah.
the hill to go to school.
I know how Mettingen looked like.
Mm.
Girl,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
crazy.
Through the bushes.
Oh wow, those who lived in Mettingen, congratulations. Me, I saw it. The first thing I said, God, when I pass this exams, this is the place I'm not
Yeah,
coming to live. Because in my head, I was like, you have to cater for yourself. So which means I need a job. Where am I going to
yeah,
find a job in this village?
yeah,
Where am I going
yeah.
to find a job in the village? So I was like, no, I'm not living here. I'm not living here. And I checked the nearby cities and I saw that Osnabrück
Mm.
was nearby. And I was like, this is
Osnabrück is the only nearby city here.
that was it. I told my cousin, look for me, something
Mm,
here, student apartment somewhere here, so that I can live
yeah,
here. Because I was like, there's no way we're going to hustle in the village, and you're here,
yeah,
and you need to
mm,
cater for your bills. So, guys,
yeah,
these
yeah,
are some of the things we go through. My goodness,
mm,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, and also another thing, the issue about visa.
Mm-hmm.
When you stay in Mettingen, it means you are the person responsible for your visa is also from Mettingen. So
Yeah,
going to that place, you had to take a train, or you take a bus to the train station, then you take a train to the train station there, and then take a bus and still have to walk to that place. And you reach there, and then they start frustrating you. They start telling you this, telling you this. And if you imagine the stress you've just gone through to bring yourself to that place, it
yeah,
was just a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
But when I came to Osnabrück, then at least the only thing I had to endure was taking the bus at 5:30 in the morning. It was still better.
Yeah, it was still better. And you used to love your sleep. You would just get inside and go
Yeah,
to
I
slumberland. I'm
didn't
like,
even mind. I didn't
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the buses were comfortable, if you remember. They were really comfortable. You
Yeah,
just
and it
get
was not
inside.
stopping at every step. It was
Yeah.
express bus. Yeah.
Yes, and then you can just sleep and go by. I remember I used to chase that. I just remembered sometimes when the teacher
Yeah.
is still in class, I'm seeing like the bus is
Oh,
coming in
yeah.
5 minutes. I'm like, I'm
Mm,
just timing this time. When I get out, I run. I run
run.
like
Mm,
Challenges do. The Maasais, you guys, you have the feet to
yeah.
do the marathon. I used to exceed that. I think
Yeah,
there's a time
exactly. Because yeah.
we ran after the bus until one driver asked us, "Are you Kenyans?"
Yes, I remember. And you are even faster than me, although I'm the challenge in here.
I used to
Yeah,
run after the
because
bus.
because the thought of missing that bus, what did it mean? Waiting another 1 hour to catch
Uh,
another bus. Doing what? In the village, in the
yeah.
cold.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. So life is just, life is funny because we start from somewhere. We start from somewhere. We have those moments. Now we reflect back. We're like, we were running after the bus. We were doing this and this, and we laugh. We laugh at it, even though sometimes it was frustrating because I remember that some people they didn't even have tickets. So they would time and just get into
Mhm.
a bus. I know a lot of people who just used to go to school without paying the bus ticket, and I'm like, oh my goodness, when you're caught one day, you
Yeah.
know,
Talking about being caught, I was among the people who got caught once.
you didn't pay the bus
Ye-
ticket.
I didn't pay the first month, the first 2 months after moving to Osnabrück. Life was just too expensive for me. I was
Yeah,
barely struggling to make it. And then I
yeah,
had to pay for this bus ticket.
yeah,
So I also risked for the first few months until I was able to buy one. But I was caught. I was caught one day. The thing is, the lady that caught me she was so nice. She told
yeah.
me, okay, next time don't do that. And then she gave me a chance to go to the front and buy the ticket. That
Oh
is
wow.
how but since that day I told myself,
Leave it.
not again. Ni vida.
Hi, for the people watching us, you're based in Germany, and these are some of the stories we look back. We're like, okay, this was life back then. This was life back then.
Yeah,
Right now, we're sitting here, we're business owners, but still, your story. You can never change it. It's part of you. It's
yeah,
part of the things that you
yeah.
go through, and it's beautiful because it's like a testimony we were writing. So that
Mm,
one day we can come here and tell you it did not
mm,
start where we are. We did not start here, just come to Germany and have businesses and have our studies, and all that. No, you start from somewhere. You start from those cleaning jobs. You start from those, running after the buses and missing, not even having. Oh my goodness, I didn't know you didn't even have money to pay for that.
yeah, the beginning, it was so hard. Even the decision to just to just make a decision to move from Mettingen, because also life in Mettingen was a bit cheaper.
Yeah, yeah,
Although I had to walk from school to the place where I was living. It was
yeah.
half the hill.
Oh
You
my,
you really used to take a lot of energy, and sometimes you had to do the shopping here and
mm-hmm.
walk with the shopping up the hill.
Oh
So
my.
making that decision to leave that cheap accommodation, cheap shopping, and everything to move to Osnabrück, it was a very big decision. And I think it was a good thing, because since then I know in life you have to make the tough decisions.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you know, the best part is even it trained us how to be accountable and how to manage the
Yeah.
small things that we are having. Because if you remember, if we didn't have exams, we had time to work, during the
Mm,
winter here in Germany fairing. So that summer, summertime that schools are off, we just go and work and work and work. But there are times that you cannot work as much. So we would end up earning like 400 euros at that time. We
yeah.
didn't have 450, it was 400.
Yeah.
So some of us, I didn't even get close to 400 and first. I did
Mm-hmm,
300 euros,
mm-hmm,
350 at maximum.
mm-hmm.
And this 350 at maximum, you go and get some cheap insurance, some cheap
Yeah, yeah,
insurance.
yeah, yeah. I
You
remember.
just pray to
Mm.
God, you just pray to God not to be
That
sick because
nothing serious happens to you.
oh my goodness, it was 30 something euros. You remember? My
Yeah, I
insurance was
remember.
30 something euros. Care concept. I remember even the name till today.
Yeah,
It was
care
called Care
concept.
concept.
True, true.
That is it.
Mm-hmm,
That insurance was 30 something euros, very cheap. And then you have 350 euros. So after the 30 something euros is off, then you have the 300 euros. You still have bus to Mettingen to pay because that ticket was around
mm-hmm.
70 euros or something. It was
Yeah, yeah,
expensive.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That 100 euros is already gone. I have 250
Uh-huh.
more. You have 50 euros to
Mm-hmm.
take care of your food. So I used to buy things in bulk, rice in bulk and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. So you
sometimes,
don't be buying it every day.
yes, yes. But I
Mm-hmm,
didn't know. Sometimes I would just buy a waffle, and then you
mm-hmm.
go to school and eat that stuff the whole day with water.
Ha.
That is
I
how
used to
bad.
carry water and apple linen. Hmm.
That's it. You survive the whole day.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
survive the whole day and you just wait to come home, at least get something. And
yeah.
another story. I used to stay in Mettingen with it was a vege, like a shared apartment, and we
Mm-hmm.
used to stay with three or four
Yeah.
Colombian people, and they
Mm.
had money. So me, I was there coming with my can of maize and beans to go and make dairy.
Sorry,
When I
I'm
come there, when I come there, they have cooked. They have braten. What is braten?
Yeah,
They
fried
have,
chicken and all
yeah,
that.
they are
Really
fried.
cool.
The whole place is smelling so amazing.
Oh, wow.
They are drinking cola. You know cola.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm drinking water from the tap, or I just boil water and make tea.
Yeah, that is it. So, yeah, life was really tough, but then you overcome. So, anywhere you are in life, guys, it is a blessing because you learn a lot from it. You learn to survive. I learned how to manage the small things that I was having. The money that I was having, 350 euros. I can't imagine one can survive
Mm,
on that.
yeah.
And the level of commitment you're having to that 300 until we used to send money home. We forgot that part.
Ha,
Until you
ha.
send
Very important.
money home from
Very
that
important.
300 and
Hmm.
something years, you know.
Yeah. And we also had fun with it. So you remember us meeting and going out, having
Mhm.
breakfast with friends, or coming to your place and cook. You remember?
Yeah, I remember. And
Yeah.
sometimes we just come and cook, but it was fun. Remember the apartments that we had, they had really large kitchens, and so people can
Mm-hmm,
come,
mm-hmm.
we just cook and have fun and drink and eat. So at some point, it wasn't all that bad because we enjoyed the little things that we had. We enjoyed being together. We enjoyed celebrating. We enjoyed cooking together. And I remember there's one lady who loves cooking chapatis, cooking
Mm-hmm.
chapatis.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just pull stuff, and cook and
Mm-hmm,
have nice time together. And you know how the student apartments in Germany are, we also have places to party. So students and parties,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
they
With
own
that
party
still
there.
350 euros made us still have time
Yeah,
or enjoy it to party.
yeah.
Yeah. You reminded me something. Do you remember when I made fun cooking with salt?
So I laughed at that stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, we
Because
have
you're now
come a
learning
long way.
how to do stuff on your own. You have no one
Yeah.
for you, you have no one, you're just on your
Mm-mm.
own. So
You
but yeah,
experiment, you
look at
find your
that.
way out.
I
Hmm?
actually laughed at you, but I know some people do like pancakes with salt, you know. Yeah, we
Yeah, I don't even know why that they are made with salt, but at least experimenting and learning other things.
yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy, crazy. Yeah, so guys, this is our live student collect. Imagine from having 350 euros to,
Yes.
and let me just tell them you earned 900 and something euros in a day. So imagine having that
Yes.
350 right now is like that was what could we even do with that, you know? To
For
earn
right now, it is
four
not
figures.
fitting in this economy.
Yeah, it's crazy because the
Yeah.
economy is growing. We used to
Mm.
have I used to survive on 50 euros. Tell me what you can buy right now in Germany with 50 euros and survive the whole month.
Even going to the supermarket, you buy four, five things and 50 euros is gone.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Mm.
You can't do that at this moment. So the economy is increases, and that is why we tell people if you can get something to do on your own, use your
Yes.
talent, use your
Yeah.
gifts to find something that you can do on the side. You know, something I always
Mm.
advise even women if you can find something to do even from home, the better. You're having your
Yeah.
kids, yes, they'll be running up and down, but you can look after them and all that, and it's just an amazing life, because you're not
Yes.
stressed out, you're not hustling for buses and trains every single day, and life can be,
Mm.
if you want to do that for 6 years until you
Mm.
retire, I'm
Yeah.
out,
Ah,
I'm
and some of
completely.
us that are doing nothing, that will be around 30 years, you
Yeah.
rushing and running and not seeing your kids. All of a sudden, they'll be all gone out of the house, and you'll be looking behind and saying, "Oh, how did
Hmm.
time go?"
Hmm. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, so that is, guys, part one of our story. We'll be coming and sharing our stories of the journey. You just see the journey we've walked through, from
Yeah.
coming to Germany to Studienkolleg. We'll even tell you how we came to Germany, how we started life,
Yeah.
how we knew, things around us, and how now we became professionals and now business owners. So it is not like something that we just woke up and then we have businesses that are running, that are giving us three,
Yeah.
4 figures, 5, 6 figures. No,
Mm,
we have a
yeah.
place that God has, gotten us from. And every person who is afraid of maybe starting something new because you're like, okay, is this going to work
Mm.
for me? Even us, when we were coming to Germany, we did not know whether this is going to work for us. We did not know that.
And that has shaped us to be who we are now.
That's it. That's it. You don't know where it's going to take you, but before you start taking that walk, you
Yeah.
cannot know. Before you start taking a walk, how will God even guide your steps? Because we want God to
Yes.
guide our steps, but if we keep on praying and saying where we are, God can never guide our steps. He says, walk and I
Mm.
shall guide your steps. And so we started walking, doing things, making mistakes,
Yeah.
surviving on 350 euros and trying to learn the language. I think we're breaking that German to the core. People, we don't mind. We were just like, okay, this
Yeah.
is the life we are in right now. We
Mm.
make the best out of it, and we used to
When
have
you
fun.
go to Rome, you do what the Romans do.
That is it. We used to really
Yeah.
have fun. So do not be afraid of something new. Do not be afraid of a new beginning. All
Yeah.
this is, with God by your side, everything is going to work out for good. I always tell
Yeah.
people, you're going to find your way to the other side of success. So do not be afraid. So this was our
And
first.
also don't allow your fear to be greater than your faith. You
Yeah,
said that, like, you ask God to give you a way out. When God gives you the way out, you fear, you scare yourself out of that opportunity, yet you are the one who asked God for it.
yeah,
So my advice is, just have a little bit faith.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Faith. And he says that even if you have a small faith like a mustard seed, you can still
Yeah.
be able to move mountains. So imagine how faith and fear is just like parallel. So the moment
Yeah.
you have faith, you drive away fear. The moment you
Yeah.
have fear, you drive away even that small faith that you had in your life, so that you can never move any mountain in your life. So we all start from somewhere. We will never be ashamed of our story because that is who we are, that is part of us, and that
Yeah.
is what has made us who we are today, right? Yeah, so that was
Exactly.
it for my one. I don't know whether you have something to add to them, but that was it for our life in Student Colleague. It was amazing, and we had fun. We had fun in the midst,
Yeah. I
and
wouldn't trade it for anything else.
yeah, yeah, it was really nice. And that is where we even met. That is where we
Yeah.
met a lot of international
Yeah.
students, right? We met a lot
Yes.
of people from Kenya, from other countries, and our Student Colleague actually was not for Africans. It was for
It was
Luzo
a Brazilian.
Brazilian, a Brazilian
Yeah.
one, which tells you, Helga tells me and you can still make it, because I remember one person telling me, Marina, this is for
Mm.
Brazilians, this is for
Yeah, yeah.
Latino Americans. You're not going to, they're not going to take you in this school, but at
Yeah,
home,
exactly.
to work so hard. Even if I'm
Mm,
going to be within that 1% that they're taking, I want to
mm.
be there. I want to be
And
among the.
also, thank God for that intake exam because at least it showed that we are capable. Because if they
Yes,
were going to choose according to Brazil or Africans or Kenyans, then we had no choice. We had no chance.
yeah, yeah.
Sag ich komme, 5 Minuten, okay?
Exactly. So you can imagine. I remember you were the only Kenyan doing technical, technical
Yes.
stuff there. I was
Yeah.
the only
Yeah.
Kenyan doing medical. So
Mm,
you do not be afraid. I'm the only one doing this. Or am I the only black person? We got into that Brazilian, college. We
yeah.
got into that Latin American, and we worked hard, and we worked our way through, and that is now our part of our story. We made it. So if we can make it from starting from zero, to a place
Yeah.
where people are like, but I don't see black people here. You make a
Mm,
story, be the first one. Be the
exactly.
first one to write that
Exactly.
story. She was the first one, in that class. I was the first one in the other
Yeah.
class. We met through Studienkolleg. And now here we look back, we say, to God be the glory. Because who
Yes.
can take the glory? He saw
Yeah.
us through all this time. He saw us through.
That was our story from grass to grace. That
Yes,
was, yeah.
that is it. Even the story that you said, you didn't have a bus fare and then they caught you. I tell you, that was God. That was God that
Yeah.
gave you some. You would have paid, extra for for just getting into the bus and not paying. You pay extra right now. They pay. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's been long since I traveled with the bus, but I think it has increased. So
It has
guys,
increased because that distance is also far. There is the city ticket and there is that long distance ticket.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, now we're going to leave you with our part one of the story. We're coming back with part two. Now we're introducing to you how we came to Germany, how we did other things, and how you
Yes.
can also come to Germany if you want to, or how you can get
Mm,
started. But even if you're in Germany, you can see that we started the same way as you, because we're coming with now the intro, how it started even before the student college. So we are coming again in our next video to just share the
yes.
insights with you and to encourage you that where you are, be happy, be glad, and just take one step at a time, because God is going to lift you up to the next level. But you have to embrace the place that you are in. We did not start as business owners. And so you might not be a business owner yet, but
Hmm.
time is coming where God is going to lift you up to the level that you want to. So that was it from my side, my dear. I don't know whether you have anything to add. Yeah.
No, I am also grateful and faith over fear.
Faith over fear. That's it. God bless
Yes.
you guys. Thank you for
See
joining us.
you. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.